Hello and welcome to TeleislasNews with the most relevant and important information of the day. The EEDAS Clean Energy event is being held at the Isleño Convention Center, where several projects in favor of the sustainable development of the department are being conducted. The General Manager of EEDAS expanded on this information.
Día de hoy estamos haciendo el lanzamiento.
We are launching our corporate image called EEDAS Clean Energy, which is the rethinking of the company, oriented towards the provision of service in terms of energy efficiency and the use of conventional energy uses. The company developed during 2019 and 2020 the project known as South End Street Light, which is a public lighting system based on solar energy along 6.7 kilometers of the southern cone of the island.
On the other hand, the manager of EEDAS explained the development of the project called Fishing Terminal.
Que es una edificación dedicada al tratamiento de productos.
It's a building dedicated to the processing of fish and marine products, equipped with refrigeration and food handling elements based on clean energy in a combination of wind and solar energy.
Likewise, the Science Research and Technology Think Green project with resources from the regional royalty systems.
Y que comprende unos pilotos que tienen que ver con movilidad eléctrica.
It includes some pilot plans that have to do with electric mobility, where we can have vehicles such as trucks, motorcycles, and skateboards powered by solar energy.
Taking into account the support to the community, EEDAS launched a scholarship program that previously had a call in the islands.
Se han establecido 11 posibles ganadores de la beca.
Potential scholarship winners have been established, which is a full scholarship to study masters in electrical engineering and energy efficiency fully paid for by the project. Likewise, the project comprises a photovoltaic station for the hospital, which is intended to help it with 40% of its energy consumption based on the photovoltaic energy.
The event, which continues to be held during this broadcast, is attended by the Director of Sanitation of the Ministry of Housing and Territory, the Director of Transfer and Technology of the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Minister of Mine and Energy, as well as the Governor and the departmental secretaries, who are also present on site.
And a new case of reckless driving was presented today when a mulita-type car ended inside of a commercial establishment.
In the afternoon, an off-road vehicle carrying a couple of tourists ended up crashing inside a commercial establishment after the vehicle impacted part of the structure of the clothing establishment. In video circulated on social media, the driver of the vehicle in the case having miscalculated taking the sharp curve that is located near the business at the end of 20 de Julio Avenue. The staff working inside the commercial as well as the couple driving the vehicle were not injured. The accident left material losses and the National Police attended the emergency. The accident is added to those presented in recent days involving off-road vehicles, which have caused several road accidents in recent months in the Archaeological department.
3 days ago, the community of Zone Bay started the process of adopting one of the lanes of its main road, as they say it is necessary, and they have not had any help from the competent entities.
This is the main road of the Zone Bay sector on the height of San Jose Church, a street quite traveled by visitors and tourists, but it was very dangerous because of the holes. However, the community of the sector joined to adopt the road, and this to avoid more traffic accidents in the place.
This day here long time, but say year and change, you know how much accident happen here. Lately right now, one girl from right somebody there getting an accident here, through the motorbike hitting that hole and lost control. I have to go operate right now by foot, and they're in a bed right now. They don't know when they operate on him. You can't send her in the hospital because you know, they got plenty COVID and so on. So she have it at home. So I tell my friend them, well, make we walk home by house and see if we can get collaboration for it. Try to see what we can do on the road before a bad accident happen, because the government now decide if we do nothing. At least it is a barrier, some be a barrier. Because this mash up road a long time, 1-2 years.
Thanks to the donation of cement by a collaborator, the inhabitants of the Zone Bay sector reduced the holes. However, they are waiting for governmental support, as they stated that is a problem that has been going on for years, and they are waiting for a long-term solution.
The social state enterprise announced that they will be placing vaccination points in other sectors of the island so that they can reach a larger population for immunization.
Taking into account that very few people are going to the vaccination points against COVID-19, the Health Secretariat, together with the departmental SSE, arranged points in different sectors of the island in order to cover a larger population of the islands. The vaccination coordinator of the SSE announced the neighborhoods where the vaccination points will be located.
We have points in Las Gaviotas, in the sector of Los Amigos, which is Back Road, Maclina Hill, Nueva Jerusalén by Cesar Gaviria. We have the fixed point at the hospital and the home visits that we do every day.
The official also explained that as of the next week, they will be conducting targeted sweeps by sector so that they will visit one neighborhood per week.
For next week, we will implement neighborhood sweeps to generate coverage at the neighborhood level, so we are going to focus on communities.
For Saturday, July 10, they will be visiting the sectors of Cove and Bike, where the vaccination points will be the plaza and the park of Locks Bight. And for Sunday, July 11, the visits will be in the sectors of Natania, Campo Hermoso, Modelo Second Stage, with the points at the Plaza of Store 5 Corners and the communal campus of the Modelo Second Stage. The hospital and home visits will remain in first, and immunization points and tour will be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
The Raizal Indigenous Musician Movement RIMM informs that this July 17, it will be hosting its 2021 annual assembly for this year.
A meeting between the musicians who are part of this association will be held, where important topics on how they advance the commitments, achievements, and effort that were made during 2020 will be addressed. Among the topics, the musical brand Creole Music is highlighted.
The RIMM, the Raizal Indigenous Musician Movement, having like 3 years since we organized up, so we're going on the second assembly, the 17th of July, upstairs at the Camera Commercial at the 3rd floor. So everybody is cordially invited, musicians, writers, singers and players of instruments is well invited to this assembly, you know, so that all we get together and discuss and share the plans, ideas, you know. Well, we have some topics to talk about, to share with everybody. All what we accomplished in the 2020.
The event will be held from 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon.
This morning, the Coralina Environmental Corporation carried out the activity No Plastic Bag Day in Old Providence that seeks to share information and sensitize the inhabitants about the Law 1973 that regulates and prohibits the entry of bags and other plastic materials to the department.
These are the last days for the use, sale and entry of plastic bags, straws, cups and plates of polystyrene or styrofoam. For this reason, today a No Plastic Bag Day was held seeking to inform the community about the Law 1973 of 2019 that comes into full force this July, regulating the use of such materials.
Nos encontramos haciendo una jornada diaria.
We are carrying out a No Plastic Bag Day since this month the Law 1973 of 2019 will come into force, which will regulate and prohibit the entry of plastic bags and plastic materials to the islands of Old Providence and San Andres. The idea with this activity is to create awareness among the community so that they can adopt more conscious and environmentally friendly habits.
Bags, plates and other disposable items must be replaced by reusable or biodegradable ones. Commercial establishments may charge for paper or reusable material bags with values established by Coralina.
Estamos dándoles unos incentivos.
We are delivering incentives. We are giving away reusable bags so that the inhabitants can do their grocery shopping and bring them along every time they go to the store. The idea with this law is to reduce the environmental impact that the entry of plastic is causing currently to the island.
After the law enters into force, Coralina will also use other measures.
La sensibilización igual a pesar de...
To create awareness, even though the decree is in force, we will continue to create awareness in the community. We will continue working on the issue with the community. But what is clear to us and must be made clear is that as of the entry into force of the decree, the corporation will begin to take other measures that are established in the law to control the entry of this material into the department.
The law will enter into force this 19th of July.
This afternoon, the delivery of the archaeological and patrimonial artifacts found in the framework of the preventive archaeology program of the dredging took place.
During the evening hours, the Providencia Dredging Consortium, through the Appalachian Foundation, carried out the act of delivery of the archaeological findings retrieved in the framework of the Underwater Preventive Archaeology Program. The ceremony, held at the Camp for Dignity, was attended by representatives of the different social organizations, fisherman organization, Rice Guard, and the Municipal Mayor's Office, where they received over 600 archaeological elements that reveal new information about the island and the activities that historically took place in them. The elements delivered are divided into 571 artifacts organized, classified, and delivered in 6 boxes during the ceremony, and another 73 elements that are located in a marine deposit.
In the afternoon, the Municipal Council for Disaster Risk Management of Old Providence and Santa Catalina held an extraordinary meeting to analyze the situation of the people who still live in tents due to the increase in wind speed on the islands. As a result, the following measures were taken: monitoring and reinforcement of tents, the arrangement of safe places that will function as temporary shelters for families in need of a secure place to live. The telephone number 318-330-9529 was also set up for emergency calls 24 hours a day. A call was also made to remain calm and be attentive to official information channels. We continue with good news. Our regional channel premieres a new web competition, but this time aimed at all children and young people of the island.
A new program aimed at children which seeks to promote the young talent of the island through artistic expressions such as singing, dancing, and poetry, which convey a message of love, identity, culture, and the legacy of the island arrives on the screen of Teleislas.
Children Talent Show is a contest the regional channel Teleislas has made to engage children between the ages of 5 to 12 years old to participate in a dance, singing, and poetry contest. It is an initiative to get the little ones involved. You have to record a video participating in the category of song, dance, or poetry. At the beginning of the video, you have to introduce yourself, give your name, where you live, and so on. It is important to remember that you have to record horizontally to be able to take best features. Check the sound with the free hands or verify that space has a good audio reaction that can be heard well.
The participant may send their video to the line 3 at 1-288-8460, which must have a duration of 1 minute. The submission of these will go until July 20. All children in the department are invited to participate in this contest.
In our culture section, we will meet a young islander who was awarded the National Prize for Young Talent and will represent the country in Germany.
Angela Rincon from San Andres is an architecture student passionate about photography. This fact led her to be the winner of the second version of the National Award for the Youngest Talent 2021. For her photographic work entitled Young is the Year, for this achievement she will now represent the country at the summit One Young World. This event identifies young talent and connects them with the world leaders, which this year will take place in Munich, Germany.
I feel very happy and very grateful to be one of the 20 young finalists of this year's National Young Talent Award in the country. Those who won the award will go to represent the country at a summit called One Young World, which will be held this year in Germany at the end of the month. I applied for the National Young Talent Award with my photo collection Youth is in the Air, which I have been working on for 3 years. It is a gallery of black and white photos of the children of the island, of the young people. So in this photo, I show the reality of what it is like to be young on an island with no opportunities for everyone, where there are no parks, there are no places where you can play, everything is very limited. So that is the reality of being a child on an island, and that is why the collection of photos is given this name.
20 young Colombians will represent the country at One Young World Summit, which will take place from the 22nd to the 25th of July in Munich, Germany.